There's been an opportunity in fitness that personal trainers and movement coaches alike have been missing for years, and I'm going to share with you how you can start to understand it and begin to grow your practice and business to areas that have been in the past deemed untouchable. To stay up to date on all of our content, to help expand your fitness business, subscribe to our channel and smash that thumbs up button. It really helps this channel out. I'm Michael, owner of Gymnazo, and I'm obsessed about helping fitness professionals and personal trainers get out of the grind of fitness and build a sustainable business model that gives them freedom and leverage. Follow me and my team of trainers to learn the exact steps that we took to build a 7-figure fitness facility. So while there may be some exceptions to the rule, in general, the medical community doesn't respect the fitness industry. For example, how many times have you had clients come to you and say, gosh, my doctor recommends no activity for a few weeks or maybe a few months. And you deep down know inactivity could actually be making it harder for them to come back to fitness or take care of their bodies. What's crazy is that we read again and again that 86% of healthcare spending is on diseases that are positively impacted by constant exercises. Diseases like cardiovascular health, heart and stroke, cancer, diabetes type 2 specifically, obesity, and depression. And again, all these above diseases are positively impacted by consistent exercise programming. Now, we have the tools to help some serious big problems in the healthcare industry, but we aren't respected in general. If 2020 did anything for us as an industry, it was to categorize us as publicly non-essential. In fact, we were lumped in with bars, strip clubs, and concerts. It's infuriated fitness professionals all over the world, particularly the most educated ones. The cost of all this is that we are therefore less trusted by our clients. So this should freak us all out because injury is one of the things we worry about the most in fitness. It's one of the biggest threats to our business. Why is that? Well, because most Americans experience pain. In fact, I'm about to get nerdy with you and label aches and pains as musculoskeletal dysfunctions, or MSDs. So we're all on the same page here. MSDs includes repetitive strain injuries, cumulative trauma disorders, postural stress, strain sprains, overexertion, fractures, falls, bumps, bruises, contusions, muscle pulls, definitely inflammation, tendonitis, arthritis, degenerative diseases, fibromyalgia, and definitely post-surgical conditions. MSDs affect muscles, tendons, ligaments, cartilage, discs, joints, definitely fascia and connective tissue, definitely nerves. Now, MSDs result in pain, numbness, poor circulation, swelling, loss of movement, definitely mobility issues, energy, sleep, power, endurance, coordination, balance, agility function, efficiency, safety, performance at home, down at work, physical impairment, definitely activity limitations, participation restrictions, and disability. I'm going to just pause for a second here and ask you, how many of your clients have at some point experienced one of these issues? All of us have seen this in people we greatly care for. Now, as trainers, what have we always been told? That we're not qualified to serve clients in those areas. All right, fine. But who is serving them? Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know that learning about MSDs is an elective in most pre-med programs? So we are told to stay in our lane professionally and then let the real professionals handle it. But they may or may not have gotten any specific training for those issues. Here's a fun fact that 85% of primary care physicians have no MSD training beyond prescribing expensive, often addictive medications or ordering expensive, often unnecessary tests, and referring to orthopedists even though that 90% of referrals are not surgical candidates. See where I'm going with all this? The healthcare system is not set up with the specialized knowledge to consistently offer non-surgical and non-medical solutions to keep people like our clients. So you may be asking, well, how common are MSDs and why am I ranting about them? Well, 54% of the US population has an MSD on every given year that's problematic for them. And 30% of that population experience an MSD on any given day. That's 1/3 of your members right now. MSDs are the number one cost in healthcare today, representing 20 to 30% of overall healthcare costs. That's $660 billion each year. Okay, I'm going to stop picking on the healthcare industry for just a moment and pick on the fitness industry because the biggest opportunity is right in the middle of both of these industries, which I'm going to get to in a minute. So on the fitness side of things, the vast majority of our certification programs focus on how to progress athletes from beginner to advanced. We learn things like hypertrophy or sports-specific skill building, or how to use certain tools in 1,000 different ways and how to follow a specific style of fitness. This just isn't enough. We see this in the results of our industry has shown us. In the last 6 years alone, workout-related injuries are up 144% from the previous 6 years. This is huge, you guys. So our industry has earned the reputation of not having consistent or effective training and collectively are causing injuries in our clients. And when a client experiences workout-related injuries, they head over to healthcare camp. What are they going to be told? Well, 9 times out of 10, the medical professional will deem fitness as the cause and recommend they immediately stop training of any kind. So on the side, we have healthcare and lack of education on MSDs. And on the other side, we have fitness, which is showing an increase in workout-related injuries. Well, what if I told you that as bad as these statistics here are, they represent a huge opportunity for fitness to rise up and fill a big gap that exists. So I want to share this with you because one of my long-term mentors is a physical therapist by trade, and he and I have talked long about the gap between fitness and the medical industry. But when I tell people that, it's hard for them to visualize it. So together, he and I created this visual, and I want to talk you through it. Let's quickly review it, starting at the middle. So real quick, if you look at the health neutral in the middle, that's the starting point. That's someone who is without pain, but without athletic abilities. At the bottom is surgery, recovery, and getting out of dysfunction back into the place of being neutral. Above them is where they begin to layer in all the athletic capabilities. So the big opportunity in front of us is to fill the gap that exists. To me, that's the -2 to +2. Most trainers are comfortable moving someone from +2 novice fitness level to +5 recreational athlete. But most insurance only covers someone from -7 medically unstable to -4 physical therapy rehab. Who is serving the clients from -2 to +2? This is the gap that is begging for practitioners to fill. The two most obvious camps are professionals who can fill this gap, are physical therapists willing to get into the cash pay business model, and personal trainers willing to invest the time into deepening their knowledge of applied functional science and chain reaction biomechanics. This is the sweet spot and will be one of the biggest trends in high value coaching in the future. When I share this with trainers, they like the idea, but they feel worried that they will be breaking out of their lane, and they want to visualize how this practically works. So I'm going to give you an example of someone who was a -3 and how we took her to a +5. Let me share with you a story about Tony. Tony had a knee consistently in pain, so bad that 2 different physical therapists and 2 different orthopedic surgeons told her that her knee was as good as it gets. For her, exercise was her sanity, and these expert opinions felt like a punch in the gut for her every time she heard it. But one day, one of my clients brought her as a guest to one of my group workouts. She introduced her saying, "Hey, here's my friend Tony. She only does the elliptical because her knee is always in pain, but maybe this workout will help her." I was like, no pressure, right? Now, in one session, I distinctly remember Tony doing a weight-bearing lunge and seeing her wince in pain. There was that knee. I came over, gave her one small but critical modification, and she tried that lunge again. She came out of that lunge in disbelief and told me, "Hey, I don't feel my knee pain anymore." The next day, she actually called me in tears because it was a long time that she actually worked out without having the knee hurting and was able to do an exercise in such a way that her knee had actual muscle soreness around it, right? Her quads, her hamstrings, her glutes. Pretty cool, right? Well, now Tony plays soccer with her kids, hikes on family vacations, and even competes in Spartan races. This is what is possible for your clients too. The truth is, I honestly look forward to meeting clients like Tony who have low trust, a track record of pain, and just are desperate for getting back to activities that they love. Those are the kinds of clients my new model is designed to transform. This is the kind of training that fills the gap between what insurance will cover and what clients are desperate to pay for to get back to doing what they love. So, are you someone who hears this and thinks, "Man, that's it. I want to be a trainer like that. Then you're literally the person I made this video for. We built an entire system of training and education to help trainers like you confidently adapt their business model to capitalize on this incredible opportunity. We even have a free Facebook community where we share even the most specialized trainings to help trainers identify how to grow their business and their skills. But if you're a YouTube lover like me, the first step is to always like and subscribe so you can be the first to be notified when we drop any brand new educational content.